Y'all are watching YCF Airboats, and this is a YCF Airboat production. If you guys haven't watched 1 and 2 of this video, I recommend you do, because this is going to be a series that you guys are not going to want to miss. So stay tuned, and do me a favor, if you guys aren't doing anything right now, smash that subscribe button. It is 100% free, doesn't cost you a dime, it just helps the channel out. We're at 999 subscribers, guys. One more to 1,000. Help me out, smash that button, and no further ado, let's get into doing this trailer. Alright y'all, this is the trailer. I've got to fix this thing. They tried converting a V-nose trailer into an airboat trailer, so I got to do it and do it right. So I started cutting out the back brace, but this is what we're going to use for that boat there. So I'm going to get into it, and I got my pieces cut. They got to be fine-tuned, but got all my replacement pieces, so let's do it. Alright y'all, it is way later in the afternoon. I don't know exactly what time it is, but I believe it's somewhere around 5:30. But I've got all the new supports in. I ran this one to the front there. I came out with that step. This step, I'm going to put a support from this bend into here, another piece of angle to help support everything. But that's where I got with it now. I still have to put the axle, I believe, on top of the leaf springs, get smaller tires, and I'm possibly going to have to stretch the axle. But I got that edge, I got that back corner on, and I got to get the other step in front of the wheel for the fender to go to, just like this side. All right, y'all, this is where we got with it today on the V-bottom boat trailer conversion to airboat trailer, which is not probably what I'm going to call it, but that's what it is. So it was a V-bottom boat trailer. We converted it to an airboat trailer, but we still got a lot to do. I still have to get this thing a lot lower to the ground, and I still have to build bunks and a stopping bunk up there and move that up and just do a lot of stuff. I gotta cut the axle and extend it about 5 inches, 2.5 each side, and re-weld that, and I will show you guys. All right, you guys, I got the axle stretched. I cut it, I extended it, I plated it. I do not recommend doing that. I was able to do it, and I was successful at keeping it straight. Before I even cut it, I put a straight edge across it, and it was perfectly flat. Some axles come with a bow in it for when you add weight. They, you know, it goes right. Anyways, this axle was perfectly straight. After I put my one plate on it, I checked it. It was still perfectly straight both ways. Put the next plate on it, checked it again. It was great. I was able to do it. I don't recommend doing it. It's a pain in the butt, and again, it's probably not even the right thing to do. But being as this is a budget build and I can make it work, we did it. I plated it with a 1/4 inch 2x3 angle and a lot of vice clamps, or you know, these C-clamp vices things, and got it straight, got it good. Find my marks, hit it with the punch. When I had my measurements, re-drill it for the leaf springs, because there's a bolt head that goes up in the axle to keep it where it's not going anywhere. I did that, was successful. It turned out great. I'm going to put some more braces in on these front steps here, guys, and I'm also going to work on putting a dovetail on this thing. I would like to build something for rollers, but it's a budget. We cannot budget into rollers. So it's going to just be a dovetail with a piece of wood, and I like to put Trex board on top of it. If we can fit that into the budget, I will. All right, y'all, it is late, but we got our pieces in for our dovetail. We've got our axle is cut and lengthened. Don't recommend doing it, but I was able to do it and I got it right. I've done this quite a few times, but this one turned out perfect. I don't ever think this one will have a problem ever, but it's not recommended. This is a budget example and a budget build, and do it with parts you have. And we did it, made it happen, and it's actually really good. Put our braces in for our steps. We moved our tongue up to here. It used to be back here. I cut the U-bolts off of it. Moved it forward and welded it. I put it here on this brace here because from this main tongue it was only welded at the top and the bottom. This is C-channel, so the inside was hollow and they ran the brake lights and stuff through there. So I figured it'd be stronger if I put this whole plate across this, and I welded it here, here, in the front and underneath. So giving it more support and strength. I am going to cut these tabs here off so I can put a piece of angle or something on there that I can drill for my wood stopper I'm going to put. But the axle is lowered. By the time these wheels get down to 14, I think they are, like on my boat over there, this thing would be plenty low enough, and it's sitting on a cinder block down there, and a lot of people's hitches are higher than a cinder block, so it'd be lower with these tires if it was probably hooked to a truck now. But by the time 14-inch tires get on here, it'll be perfectly low enough with the dovetail that your boat will be able to climb right up on there, that boat especially. So this is where we got with it today, guys. Alright, y'all, I left here about 5:30 this morning to go to Vern's shop. He works in a metal shop. He's got all the brakes and the shears and all kinds of stuff in a big warehouse. So I went and got a sheet of galvanized, or a piece of galvanized drop. I'm going to use, I already got this piece cut out. It is right here, which will be my fender backs. And we're gonna plate that right there and make it all nice. What else? Oh, I also got him bending my deck lid and my back cage corners that I use when on these glass boats. So I'm gonna get back to cutting these fenders, filling this stuff in here, and we'll be right back. All right, you guys, real quick. 99% of the time, this goes inside the fender wheel. Well, being as these tires are too big, and we're getting smaller ones anyways, but I don't have them yet, I'm just gonna weld those on the back side of them fenders. I'm gonna make it look okay. But they go inside the fender. But in this case, it's going on the outside, but we're going to make it look just fine. And unless you know, nobody ain't ever going to know. So when they see it, they'll be like, oh, wow, that looks great. They won't even know the difference. So that's how I'm going to do it on this one. All right, you guys, I've got the back of the fender welded in. I ran a solid bead. Now, if this went inside the fender like it's supposed to, you could have got away with a stitch weld here, there, or there, you know, a couple stitch welds across the top. But since it's on the outside, I welded it solid. I put this other piece of angle, this little thin stuff here, one by one. I turned it upside down and ran it along the back to give it support. And this will have a sheet or a plate here, but I'm gonna get to doing the other side, so be right back. All right, y'all, well, I am at the point where I am gonna paint it to keep it protected for now, because I have to set it aside, and I have to set this project aside, which I just got all the materials. They're right over there on the ground. And Ryan, I dropped everything off for him to make my things I need made. But this afternoon I have another boat coming in. Thank God I got some work. So this is gonna have to go set aside. Now I don't want it, it's obviously gonna have to be in the weather. I don't want all my welds rusting and all this new steel rusting. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint it. All right, y'all, I got it all painted. this is going to end part one of this particular project, the trailer. Now we're still going to have to get the floppy wheel out and clean our spots back here where we're going to put our bunks. We're still going to have to put plates down here. I want to put aluminum diamond plate or some kind of aluminum over where you're going to step, just so it makes it pop, you know, make it shiny. Still got to run the lights. I still got to make a stopper up here. I got to get a new winch thing. Hell, I've been using things all my life, and right now I cannot even think of the doggone name of them. But anyways, I still got to make a stopper up here for the boat. Gonna put a new jack on it. Gonna change the tongue out on it. Still got to put my boards on it. Still got to put my dovetail on the back. So there's still a lot to do, guys. So if you want to continue to watch this trailer transform, make sure you like and subscribe on this one. But she's all painted. Don't even look like the same trailer at all. All right, y'all have been watching YCF Airboats. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do me a favor, it's free. If you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Help support the channel. Remember, as always, guys, I love you. Jesus loves you. See ya. Wave, Cody. Say bye. No, he's not into it. See you guys. Kept freaking going, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight. I would be thinking about what I was going to do on this thing. So I got it almost right. I still have to go around and mark the edges a little bit, but